We're here today to teach you everything you need to know about the new Canon XHA1 and G1 series high-definition cameras. Now, a lot of people ask, how do I get that film look, that broadcast film look? And I've gone into AV mode here, Aperture Value mode, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I've turned the neutral density filter on, even though we're outside here and it's telling us to turn it off because our light's rather low. So I'm going to kick it on. That's going to exaggerate this effect. And then I'm going to adjust the iris with the ring closest to the camera body. I'm going to start to bring it down in value. You'll see that the background starts to go out of focus. Look at that at f3.4. We're popping the subject right out of the background. Focus is a lot more critical because we don't have a very wide depth of field. The area which is in focus from foreground to background is quite a bit shallower because we're at that low f-stop, making the focus a little bit more critical. And as we bring it back, you'll see that the background starts to come back into more focus with the foreground because our depth of field is wider. So there you go. There's how to get that nice film look. Kick a little neutral density on even though you don't really need it, and go ahead and adjust that f-stop down to a nice low number, and your focus, it's going to be a little bit critical there, but boy, when you get it just right, look at that. Subject pops right out of the background. Now we're going to check the difference that changing the shutter speed makes when you're in the TV or time value mode. I'm going to go ahead and take it into the wheel over here. Right now we're at the default setting, which is 60 frames a second. And Trevor's going to speed up the wheel a little bit, and I'm going to adjust with a little rotating shutter wheel at underneath the side of the camera. First down, we see as we go down, we're now at a 15th of a second. It integrates, it sort of blurs the picture a little bit, and the little ribbon we put in there is blurring, gives a nice effect. Might be good for ballet. But now as we come up the other way, through 30th, 60th, and now as we get up a little bit to the higher, and you say if you're at a sports event and you want to start freezing the action, now watch the spokes. We're going to see it starts to freeze the actual spokes so you can see them individually. Here at 500th we're at now. Go up to 1,000th. Now at 1,000th you start to see the grain of the tire, actually the tread itself. So once we go to 2,000th or more, you can see just about the same effect here. If we were moving the wheel even faster, we'd have to go to even higher shutter speed. So as we bring it back down, you can see we're going to start losing the tire tread, 100th down to 60th, the normal default, and we're seeing a slight blur in the spokes right now that you normally wouldn't even have noticed. But when we need to freeze that action at a sports event, we want to go to the higher shutter speed. There we go, slower shutter speed, 15th. And we could do that ballet dance sort of thing, a little bit of blurring, very apropos for certain shooting situations. So we call that integration. That's a technical term. But a great nice effect when you need that kind of blurring in slow movement. But 60th is the default, and as we bring it back up to that, you can see that that's your normal shooting mode, and there's a slight bit of blurring.